like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
Recently, Jungkook once again sent waves across social media with his latest posts. The photos he shared drew massive attention, showing a side of him that felt more confident, mature, and effortlessly captivating. In the pictures, some of his tattoos were clearly visible, and the outfit he wore revealed just enough of his frame to make fans pause in awe. His presence radiated quiet strength, charisma wrapped in calm, and before long, those images were everywhere. Comment sections filled with admiration, words like handsome, fearless, and glowing flooding every post. But alongside the praise, a different kind of buzz began to grow. Videos created with artificial intelligence started circulating online, fake clips depicting Jungkook shirtless. Though obviously not real, the quality of these videos was disturbingly convincing, and many people admitted they looked too real. These AI creations only fueled more conversation about Jungkook's appearance, his confidence, and the way he's been embracing his own image more freely in recent months. As with anything involving BTS, speculation followed quickly. Some wondered who had taken the original photos. A few names began to circulate, including Taehyung's, since they were known to train at the same gym. Yet if one looks closely, the photos only show Jungkook, alone, focused, and composed. There's no sign of anyone else in the room. In truth, other members like Jimin and Namjoon also trained there, so no one could say for sure who was present. But rumors, as always, found a way to flourish. And somehow, those small whispers circled back to the person who's always been quietly linked to Jungkook, Jimin. For years, fans have seen the bond between Jimin and Jungkook as something beyond ordinary friendship. It's not just about working together or performing side by side. It's the way they move in sync, the way they read each other's moods without a single word, and the comfort that seems to exist between them like second nature. They've grown up together under the same spotlight, facing pressures that few could ever understand. In the chaos of fame, they found in each other a sense of calm, a home. That's why, every time they're seen together, fans feel something deeper stirring beneath the surface. A connection that's genuine, unfiltered, and quietly profound. A recent moment that reignited those feelings happened at the airport. The two were reportedly spotted traveling to Vietnam for the new season of Are You Sure? The sight of them together, laughing, relaxed, moving in easy harmony, sent fans into a frenzy of joy. Soon after, previously unseen clips and behind-the-scenes photos began surfacing, only adding to the excitement. Once again, the chemistry between them was undeniable, shining through in the simplest gestures. A shared glance, a small smile, a quiet touch on the shoulder. And then came Jungkook's words in an interview not long ago, "I don't want to waste any more time. I want to live fully, honestly." For many, those words carried a hidden weight. Fans interpreted them as a sign that Jungkook was ready to live more openly, to express himself without restraint, and perhaps, to show a more transparent side of his relationship with those closest to him. Naturally, Jikook fans took that as a hopeful sign that the new Are You Sure? Season might offer glimpses of a more genuine, unfiltered dynamic between the two. Every small update, every unseen clip, every candid photo became a source of anticipation. Fans began to wonder what moments they'd get to see next. The laughter, the quiet understanding, or maybe the subtle affection that has always seemed to flow effortlessly between them. Yet amid all the excitement, another discussion took over online spaces, this time about a sweater. Some fans claimed that a certain oversized sweater worn by Jimin actually belonged to Taehyung. But others quickly pointed out the truth. The sweater had first been seen on Jungkook. He'd worn it months earlier, and anyone who's been following them long enough recognized it immediately. That particular sweater carried a story of its own. One night, when all the members were spending quiet time together, Jimin was seen wearing it before bed. It was a small, intimate moment, nothing loud or staged. But for those who noticed, it spoke volumes. He wasn't just wearing Jungkook's sweater, he was wearing comfort, familiarity, warmth. It wasn't about fashion or convenience, it was about connection. When someone lends you something as personal as their favorite clothing, it's rarely meaningless. And when you choose to sleep in it, to wrap yourself in it, it becomes an unspoken act of closeness. It's a gesture that says, "You're safe with me, even when the world isn't watching." For Jimin and Jungkook, moments like that weren't exceptions, they were patterns. Still, as always, not everyone saw it the same way. Some people twisted the story, insisting the sweater wasn't Jungkook's, trying to erase what felt obvious. But the original footage, the details, and the context made it clear, it was his. And this wasn't the first time such attempts had been made to distract or deny the quiet bond they shared. It happens often. Jungkook posts something on social media, a caption, a photo, a lyric, and people rush to link it to someone else. But those who followed his journey closely know that much of his artistic expression has long carried traces of Jimin's influence, directly or indirectly. There's simply too much evidence of connection, videos, photos, live interactions, to ignore. From the way Jimin looks at Jungkook with calm affection, to how Jungkook instinctively turns toward Jimin in crowded rooms, to the way their energies align effortlessly, it's something that can't be faked or forced. It's not dramatic. It's not performative. It's simply real. Over the years, we've seen it again and again. In concerts, interviews, behind-the-scenes clips, and quiet moments caught by chance. The pattern repeats itself like a soft rhythm only they can hear. When Jimin moves closer, Jungkook immediately notices. When Jungkook reaches out, Jimin follows without hesitation. They don't need words, or even eye contact, to understand each other. It's as if they're connected by something invisible but constant, a silent understanding built over years of trust and shared experience. Even in a crowd of thousands, they somehow always find each other. On the biggest stages in the world, surrounded by lights and cameras, their focus often drifts toward one another. It's in the glances, the laughter, the smallest movements that seem almost choreographed but are anything but. There's a reason fans call their connection effortless. Because it is. Jimin, for his part, has always shown care in quiet ways. A hand on Jungkook's shoulder, a word of reassurance, a glance that steadies him during live performances. He tends to Jungkook without fanfare, just simple, steady presence. And Jungkook, though often more reserved, responds with equal depth. He listens, he notices, he protects. When Jimin speaks, Jungkook's attention sharpens. When Jimin laughs, Jungkook's expression softens. Their closeness isn't something that can be scripted or edited. It's lived. What they share isn't only professional respect or brotherly affection, it's a deep comfort that's rare even among lifelong friends. There's safety in their eyes when they meet. There's warmth in the way they lean toward each other, even unconsciously. And it's that authenticity, the lack of pretense, that makes their bond so magnetic to those who witness it. Because genuine connections don't need explanations. They reveal themselves in gestures, in shared silences, in the quiet kind of love that doesn't demand attention but simply exists. From the earliest days of BTS to now, Jimin and Jungkook have built something enduring. They've weathered fame, exhaustion, and public scrutiny while never losing that natural rhythm between them. It's in every touch, every word, every lingering glance that passes between them on stage or off. People can argue, interpret, or deny, but truth doesn't need defense. Because sometimes the things that are most real aren't shouted from rooftops. They live in the details, in a sweater worn before sleep, in a song sung with unspoken meaning, in a look that lasts 1 second longer than it should. And perhaps that's what makes Jimin and Jungkook's bond so unforgettable. It isn't about spectacle. It's about presence. It's about trust. It's about two souls who, no matter how loud the world gets, continue to find peace in each other's quiet.